All right. What is going on, Juju Gang? I hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to Monday surprise power hour live stream. I was hoping for some good juju, and to be fair, oh, hold on. Gotta turn this off. I was hoping for some good juju, but as it stands right now, and mind you, this can change a lot with power hour, but we're at 386.61, down 60 basis points on Tesla. A pretty big bounce from where we were bottoming out around 8:15 Pacific time. By the way, let me know if my audio is coming in fine. And let me know in the chat where you guys are tuning in from, city, state, country, whatever you guys feel comfortable sharing. Took me a while to set everything up, to be honest. I had to get my mic sorted back out. My screen here. I had to get my juju in. Oh, I think I have. Hold on. I think I have the chat also, which should show up here any second. Let's see. Oh, hold on. I just got to enable this. I wanted to. I did all this work for. There we go. I did all this work to make sure everything was set up last night. It took me like 3 hours, to be honest. That's what happens when you don't live stream enough. I jinxed it yesterday. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, look, so, a quick recap, and I'll go through some. Perfect. So it looks like the chat is up and at it. So this morning, right off of close, within the first 15 minutes, we hit 405 a share on Tesla. 405 a share on Tesla. Now that at that point was up, I think 3-ish%, something like that. And the precipitous decline from there. And by the way, this is why I love this super trend indicator that I'm showing you here. You can find it pretty much on all platforms. It showed a sell signal at that red mark right here. We essentially bottomed for now out at 378. And now it's showing a buy signal on the 5-minute. And we are trying to flirt with going positive on the day. Actually, just on the 1-minute, it's just tossed a buy signal. So hopefully heading into power hour, you guys can grab your juju, you guys can grab your coffee, you guys can grab your water, and we're going to have an amazing extended power hour today. Commercial free, by the way. And I don't have any sponsors or anything, although I keep getting sponsor emails, and I've never taken one up. But hold on, let me just take a sip of this. And let me read out some of the places. Audio's fine. Awesome. Thank you. Per Johan, Nico, Jan, how's it going? Petri, DA, Steven, Scott. So many Juju Gang members in here as well. Mr. Sudok, John, Casual, how's it going? WH, can't go up all the time. Good one. Pim, Anoop from London. Samir, how's it going? Yervin from Israel. Crest. Chamber. Awesome. Oh, my stream. Why is my stream element bot trying to screw things up in here? Hold on. Let me just let me hide that guy for now. Okay. There we go. SoCal Freddy, how's it going, Freddy? Okay, so here's where we're currently. The current state of affairs is this, right? 386, 385.85 sitting on Tesla at the moment. What we need, and I'll change it to the 5-minute. What we essentially need now is to go green. Now, the issue is, if you look at the NASDAQ is down 80 basis points. The S&P 500 is also down 50 basis points because the VIX, the volatility index, is up about 10% today. Now, not entirely sure what's caused this. Maybe someone in the chat has a better clue or a better idea as to around when Tesla started dipping, why was the VIX, I don't even want to say it was ripping, but the VIX has jumped since last week. Now, maybe this is the serious stuff, but I don't even know if it's that as much because it started around 7 a.m. Pacific time. So something happened in the market. I don't really know. Our Discord, someone was asking. Hold on, let me just pull this up. Let's see here. Someone was also asking on the Discord, if I can pull up our Discord. I don't think anyone had any good insight as to what happened necessarily. So, TBD as to what goes on. China, someone says, I don't know. You guys know how I feel about Monday rallies anyways. So if, we had hit all-time highs, and maybe we still hit all-time highs, by the way, today. I don't know. Who knows? Anything can happen in an hour and a half. It's a little bit of it's a harder sell, right? Because on the Monday, and volume today, mind you, is decent. We're about 80 million shares traded so far. Michael says that China and Nvidia has put a damper on the Nasdaq. Let's pull up Nvidia actually for a quick second. Let's see what they got going on. Yeah, Nvidia down about 3% on the day. What is the news on Nvidia, Michael? Optimus, yes. We'll talk about all that. Hold on, let me just pull up. I probably gotta put this up here. Okay. Let's see here. I gotta take out my news cycles. One sec. So there's a couple pieces of news here. And Michael says Nvidia shares were under pressure after regulator in China says that it was investigating the chip maker for a possible violations of the country's anti-monopoly law. Right. Okay. Fair enough. So Nvidia going down obviously affects the Nasdaq, which in turn can affect Tesla. The momentum for Tesla, what's going to be key is this, and I said this on my Twitter last night. This was my super duper official prediction. Actually, by the way, I should probably tweet out that I'm live. By the way, live now. I can't even type. Okay. So I tweeted this out yesterday as my super duper official prediction. And by the way, yes, last night we were over $400 a share pre-market. Oops. Let's just. Hello. What happened to my Chrome? It just got stuck on Kamala. Now it's over. It's not even. Nothing's loading. Hold on. Hello. Oh. There we go. Man, that froze fast. Okay. So my prediction was, and this was last night at like 7 p.m. Early Tesla predictions for tomorrow. Hot start past $400 at open. Cap out at 407. We capped out at 405. Volume dries towards lunch. Correct. Rests under 400. Now, I didn't expect it to go as low as it is, mind you, right now. I did not expect this. I thought maybe 390s lowest. And then power hour ramps up and we close 417. Now, this is looking very unlikely. 417 would be an epic monster, like a $30 run from here. I mean, if we can close over 400, I'd consider that a win. Continued momentum after hours trading. Drop your guesses down below. There was one person, I'll give them a shout out, Simple Human, saying won't close above $400 tomorrow is my guess, since everyone is expecting it. Said anything is possible. So we shall see. Yeah, it's too optimistic. So I mean, we shall see. I'll keep the news up as well. Let's see here. Oh, we got some news from Gary Black just now. Do you guys consider this news? I'll refrain. Gary Black saying raising my Tesla price target to $380 from $300 based on the stock price going. Okay, no, sorry, that's not what he said. Based on increased conviction that Tesla will launch a $25,000 to $30,000 hatchback that vaults Tesla into the global compact category, which has 15% global share. I've adjusted my increased Tesla EPS as follows. Next year, 380, 2026, 560, and 2030, $17. Assuming 2030 of $17 of EPS, a PEG ratio of 1.5 or 1.75, and expected long-term growth of 25. My new 2030 price target equals 744. And then he's going to discount that back at 14.2% cost to equity, presents a present value of $380. Okay, $380. Oh, sorry, Rod. Rod said he clicked in my video and he saw NVIDIA sitting at the top and he thought Tesla crashed to $140 a share. Sorry, Rod. Okay, so Gary has a new price target of $380. I want to know in the chat, is that price target upgrade directly because of this new $25,000 to $30,000 hatchback rumor mill that essentially one headline came out this morning? Or is it that Tesla has far surpassed his current price target and he needs to re-up it and he's looking for that excuse? Which one is it? Samir said, I thought sub 30K Model Q story was untrue. Well, I mean, Elon's denied it in the past, right? Elon has said Elon has said, look, like we don't need this when we have the Model 3 and we have the Cybercab and all this stuff. But let's see. Wolfgang says Gary's chasing the share price, the ladder. Okay, so it seems like the consensus is the ladder. This is what happens, right, with Wall Street, and we saw this recently with Craig Irwin, right? You guys remember him, the $80 or $90 price target guy? All of a sudden, Tesla is just rampant, right? And Tesla's like 320 last week or something, and he comes out and he says, "You know what? I'm bullish. Trump's convinced me. I am bullish on Tesla." And then he starts talking about AI as if like the AI story was just like a new story that came out of nowhere. It is, there's a degree, and this is what retail feels like, whether it's true or not. Retail feels like Wall Street chases the stock price up and down. Now, look, you know, a lot of people give Dan Ives credit, but when, and he's been on the channel, he's a friend of the show. But when Tesla went down to 120, Dan went real negative on Tesla fundamentals all of a sudden, right? People forget that, and now all of a sudden it's easier to be fundamentally positive on Tesla. I'm just saying. I think people forgot. Nico, I have no idea what happened. Do you guys like the chat box up here, by the way? I can move things around. Okay, so a couple things. One thing, this Tesla ticker at the top. I thought no matter where I am, I want to make sure that you guys can see the stock price at the top. Is that good? Do you guys like that with the chat box there? And then these lower thirds, I can adjust as news comes out. Dan Ives is the best dressed. Yeah, that is true. That's undeniable. Good. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Awesome. That's my hope is like if I'm jumping around, we can still see the stock price pretty easily, and that way you guys don't have to leave anywhere for the next hour and a half.
Our part in supporting Americans who work the land and build a better tomorrow.
Hold on. Okay, that was interesting. You know what's crazy is I pay for CNBC online, and yet when I go to stream it, it doesn't show up. Like I can't actually, like you guys are just seeing a black box right now. I'm looking at the TV. I'm guessing there's some sort of technology here. That's preventing me from live streaming it. Okay, anyways, so you guys have probably seen it down below in one of my news stories, but oh, actually I didn't even save it. Hold on. I'm going to find this Tesla Optimus video if you guys haven't seen it already. Give me 1 second. So check this out. Oh, this is the clip of it. So Tesla Optimus tweeted this out. Daily walks help clear your mind. Okay. Oh, yeah, good point. What am I doing? Hold on. I got to move my fat head over. 1 sec. Okay. Make this smaller. So check this out. This is Tesla bot walking around in some random molehill. No real audio to listen to here. Check this out. I mean, of course, that looks a little bit awkward, but man, isn't that nuts? Look at this. I don't think this is sped up. But, like, yeah, it looks like a 3-year-old walking down a hill. The progress on this bot is actually insane to see. From someone dressed up as a bot. Oh, look at that. So check this out. If you're not watching, if you're on audio, I'll explain it, but there's a section here where there's a especially slippery patch right here. And you'll see it slips, catches itself from falling just like a human does. I'm going to actually slow this down. Just like, this is incredible. Like, we're talking about FSD. We love FSD. We love cars and all this stuff. But like, how can you not look at this? And this is at 50% speed. How can you not look at this and just be completely amazed? Oh, actually, my Tesla box is over in the living room. 1 sec. So, okay, not this one. Next scene here. Right here. Check this out. 50% speed. Slip right here. Complete catch. Like the arms are insane too. If you look at the arms. Oh, thank you. My Tesla bot delivery package is here. Look at the arms. So the arms here, just like a human, how you would kind of counterbalance yourself. Look at that. like I actually don't even know what to think when I see this. It's just it really is insane. Someone called it a Biden slap. Matthew. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh at that. That's not nice. Okay. So speaking of the bot, I got this in the mail. I haven't opened it. And I don't know if I'm going to. You know, I'm not a huge, I just bought it for the sake of buying it. You guys know I have like my little Tesla toys around here, but for the most part, they don't get enough runway around here. And that's the issue that I have. So maybe one day we'll do a contest for it. Maybe I'll give it away for Christmas. I'm not sure yet, but my thoughts on the toy are that like the future is bright. And like, where did they get the time to make this in between all the stuff that they're doing over at Tesla? It doesn't make any sense. Okay, I'm gonna peel the first juju of the day. 385.97 sitting on Tesla. Let's go green. Okay. Speaking of Kramer, he made this announcement this morning.
And right now, right here on this show, I am pronouncing the depression over.
And unfortunately, right after that, Tesla decided to crap the bed. I think that clip is actually from right around here. But anyways, he actually does have a video that I wanted to play here about his talk about Tesla.
I
from a few days ago. I just want
to theory.
Hold on. I'm going to pull this up.
This is on Grok and Meta AI, which is Musk. David, it's become almost like when you have a hot deal, a hot
You guys can hear that, right?
IPO, where funds circle, I want 10% of the deal with the idea they'll get whatever. Because the numbers that we're hearing that Musk wants, he has 100,000.
So what's funny is the price is 360 here, and this is like literally Thursday. Like we're sitting at 385. Oh, actually, hold on one second. I got to make sure that you guys can see the Tesla ticker live.
He would like 10x, which means...
Yes, thank you, Paco. The audio's coming in fine there, right? So this is Jim Cramer talking about Tesla just from Thursday.
Means he wants $1 million, which means $30 billion check to NVIDIA. I think you put in for $1 million, hope to get 100,000.
Yeah, that's the story, an FT story. Listen, I've been following this closely, and I feel as though I have a pretty good sense on it, because my last reporting, of course, was when they raised $5 billion, maybe as much as $6 billion. It hasn't actually closed yet. The latest round at $50 billion. That was to buy another 100,000 chips. Remember, this is the Memphis data center that he put together in an incredible 19 days. Jensen.
First juju of the day. You know what's funny? They talk about Tesla, Elon, XAI synonymously now. There's no difference between SpaceX, Tesla, XAI, Elon on CNBC anymore. Whereas last year, there was a clear, distinct difference when they were talking about Tesla and saying Tesla is being distracted by these companies. Not really hearing that right now.
Wong has talked about it, never seen anything like it. He didn't even get permits, by the way, for the natural gas that's powering that thing. Many people I've spoken to in the power industry said impossible that he got the permits. But he did it because he's Musk, and he asked forgiveness later, and he just does it. So another 100,000 would be incredible, Jim. $1 million?
Yes, not really possible because they can't make them. But it does say that why is NVIDIA not up to it? You read this story, it's obvious that when you put this together with what Zuckerberg is doing in North Louisiana, and you come back and just say, look, the demand's really great. Now, David, I've been doing a lot of work on the area.
And by the way, unfortunately or fortunately, he gave a $500 price target for Tesla. $500 price target to Tesla. Okay, I'm slamming some more juju. We need to go green here. 384.30 sitting on Tesla. All right. Now, I'm going to pull up the daily chart for Tesla for a second. Let's get some context and perspective as to where we are currently. Okay. So this is the daily chart for Tesla. Okay. An epic rise from essentially the election. Right? Actually, the election is like right here, right? November 4th, right? So from the election to today, we are up a whopping 69%. Nice. 69% from the election. Now, if we retreat from here, and of course we all want to hit all-time highs, and we were only $10 away from it this morning. If we retreat from here 10%, I mean, we're still in kind of amazing laughing territory, right? And to be honest, if you look at the technicals, a pullback towards the 350-ish range, even the screen line, the super trend indicator, would not be out of the question. Now that's when momentum's behind us. And if you look at the volume, actually, I'm going to close this for a second here. If you look at the volume on the bottom, what's interesting to look at often is which days is volume the highest. Now, if you have a really monster green day with monster volume, that's a huge signal. That's a huge tell. There's a big whale trying to get in. And then when the days that are red are really kind of relatively lower volume, that is also very bullish because that's essentially just light profit taking, not a big seller coming through. And so if you look through in that first week post-election, the volume candles on these puppies were nuts. Since then, volume has subsided a little bit. Today, volume is just pretty much as we stand with an hour left till close, still to go. Volume is pretty much matched what it was last 2 trading days. So a little bit of a higher volume Monday on what it looks like a 1% downish day. Yeah, Digital says I didn't realize that it happened this fast. I mean, that's the thing. Context speaking, yeah. I mean, if you have a down day, I mean, do we consider a 1.4% a down? I mean, technically, yes, it's a down day, but is it really such a big deal at the moment, considering how fast we've rallied? So keep that in mind. If you look at the options chain as well, and actually that's a good reminder for me to just make sure all my positions are fine. Should I have trimmed this morning? Of course, it feels like I should have trimmed this morning. My options positions. I actually put in more option. I put in another buy order right under $400 before we ripped to 405 this morning, thinking that, okay, all-time highs is pretty much on deck at this point. I fell asleep. I woke back up. And of course, the rest is history for now. 384 sitting on Tesla. So I'm still bag holding that for now, but it's a January far out the money. So I guess we'll see. I had a little bit of cash left over. So, but if you look at the options chain to the end of the year, right? December 27th chain, the market is pricing in what? The market is pricing in about a 1720, let's just call it $40, right? Market is pricing in a $40 move between now and the end of the year. I posed that question to you in the chat. Do you think Tesla will be higher? The move in Tesla, do you think it'll be greater than $40 plus or minus by the end of the year? The $40 downside would be $344. $40 upside here would be $424. Do you think Tesla is outside of that band by the end of the year? $344 to $324. Because that's what the market is pricing in. Do you think it's out of that band? And if you think it's out of that band, where do you think it is? Greater than or less than? Sounds correct to me, Paco says. And that's the idea, right? When you look at the options chain, the idea is the market will price in what, generally speaking, all collective rational thought thinks. And when there's money to be made, it's when the rational thought had no clue as to what happened. And that's what we saw since the election. Nope, not a chance. Less than. Okay. Feels about right, says Jupiter. Tony, how's it going? Amazon will be a late adopter. He's talking about Amazon. Let's see here. Jimmy says, I reckon a good $500 leaps 2 years out is still a good option. Well, so let's look at that, right? The furthest out you can go is January of 2027. Okay. If you want to buy an at the money call, you're paying about 15 grand for it, about $143. So most people in the chat seem to think it's going to be within that band. A few, like King, says it'll be greater than. So going back to this 2 years out, or this is 3 years out, right? No, 2 years out, because it's almost January 2025 at this point. So at 2 years out, if you're buying an at the money call, you're paying about 15 grand. If you're going to go in the money and you buy a leap, like a deep in the money stock synthetic leap sort of thing, if you buy a 200 strike, it's about 23 grand, right? So you're paying about $230 a lot. So $230 plus the strike, which is $220, stick with me here, is about $430. Your break even on a deep at the money 2 years from now is $430. So now I pose a question to you. In January 2027, will Tesla be greater than $430? Abby's leaving to the gym. 430. Greater than January 650 plus, says 3D. This is January 2027. Hadouken says if Elon is still getting along with Trump, then yes. No, not over 430. Wow. Okay. Tony says no, 900 by then. Says so. The discrepancy in the chat is quite wide. The question here is if you buy a 200 strike call, meaning you have the option to buy Tesla at $200 a share in January 2027, and you're paying $230 for that, your break even is $430. As long as you're comfortable and you think your thesis is no matter what, come hell or high water in January 2027, Tesla will be greater than $430 a share, you will break even on this and then make profit past that. And so to own 100 shares of Tesla, you know, technically it's a 90 delta. So you're owning like 90 shares of delta, and that's subject to move. But if you want to own that, you only have to put up 23 grand, right? Whereas you put up 40 grand if you wanted to own 100 shares of Tesla. So that's the idea with deep in the money leaps a few years out. Now, downside risks to this is obvious. Tesla goes down to $100, something like that, and you wanted to buy yourself some more time. Well, it's not that easy with options, right? But the idea being is if you buy really deep in the money, even if Tesla goes down 50%, well, I mean, you should still be in the money, right? That's the idea. I mean, anything's theoretically possible. $100 strike? Well, $100 strike on Tesla is about 30 grand. Meaning actually, well, actually check this out. The numbers here are actually better. So if you wanted to own 100 strike call for Tesla in January 2027, you'd pay 30 grand for it. Meaning your break even is 300 plus 100, so $400. That's actually a lower break even, the deeper in the money, right? So, I mean, you're putting up more money, but $400 is quite an even number to look at. And $100 gives you a lot of padding on the downside, should we even have a correction. 384.93 cent on Tesla. We still have a buy signal on the super trend indicator on a 5-minute. We need it to flip on the 1 minute to get some wind on our back. So officially it's 12 o'clock Pacific. Power hour has begun. Power hour has begun. We shall see where the next hour takes us. It's going to be the highest volume trading hour of the day minus the opening hour. And so the theory being is we should get some volatility. Jupiter says buying options during high volatility may not be the best idea. Absolutely not. Or absolutely you're correct. But that's the thing with deep in the money. With deep in the money, you at least have an idea of, well, I'm not buying that much theta on this, right? Let me just pull this up. Okay. Alrighty. Hold on. You know what I didn't do actually? 1 second. Live now. I didn't notify my Discord about me going live, so I just posted there. All right. I need some coffee. 384.43 sitting on Tesla. They're talking about some key catalysts on CNBC.
Thank you, sir.
You feel pretty good about where we are?
It's hard not to. I mean, it's a good year for.
I'm sure you guys can hear that, right?
It's a good year for most cap sizes. It's a good year for most asset classes. I don't know why you wouldn't feel pretty good.
I know, but therein lies.
I'm just trying to listen if they're going to talk about Tesla. Audio's good. Okay. Unfortunately, I cannot show you my screen for whatever reason on this CNBC. It's just crazy.
I don't think we're on the doorstep of euphoria, but I think there's. My view for the better part of a year or two now has just been let's just acknowledge.
No matter what, it's not letting me show you my screen, but
are doing okay. The economy's holding up.
The audio is working though. Hold on. CNBC. Let's pull this up. I think it's it's not. It's the black screen. I mean, I can keep the audio up if we want, or I'll just keep a watch on it when they talk about Tesla. I'll pull up the audio like radio style. They're talking about the NASDAQ right now. Yeah, I don't know. I'm confused as well, Tony. It doesn't make any sense. They're talking about valuations right now and the Fed. Let me just pull this up.
Listen, is 22 times forward earnings high? Sure, but it's not as high as 24 or 26 times earnings. And until you go back down to 15, 18 times earnings, you can't look and say that's too elevated. And my point has just simply been, for the bulk of the year, why should tomorrow not look like today and yesterday? And if the fundamentals behind the AI story are in place, and they still are, the economy is continuing to do well and profit growth is expanding out, I don't know why. Valuation is not a market timing tool, as every strategist will tell you.
So given what I told you is kind of the backdrop, new administration, you got Feds cutting, economy remains strong. What does that mean for where we can go next year? I got a 7,100 price target today from Oppie. That sound reasonable?
Yeah, I can get you to 7,000.
We're talking about different valuations at this point. I'm going to pull up Twitter just to make sure I don't miss any news. And let's see, 384.53 sitting on Tesla. People are giving me crap now on Twitter. I need this prediction to be right, so. Let's see here. No real news right now on Twitter. So, I mean, we could talk about this piece of news. I'm not sure how relevant, I'm not sure how true this is. I mean, to be fair, like Herbert shared it. So, and I trust what he has to say. So I'll read it out. Oh, Matt, thank you. Great segue. So Tesla affordable Model Q reportedly launching under 30,000 in 2025. So this is what Gary Black was talking about, right? Yes, by the way, hit like, hit subscribe if you're new here. Let's pump up those numbers. Someone recently told me with certain things on my back end of YouTube that I might have been reported for something. I don't exactly know, but there's certain things that have happened with videos on my channel that lead me to believe that someone has either reported or something close to my channel. So I appreciate you guys, if you guys are enjoying the content, to hit like, hit subscribe. Tell YouTube essentially that I'm not a spam channel. Anyways, okay. According to reports shared during Deutsche Bank's investor conference by Tesla's IR head, Travis Axelrod, the company plans to release this entry-level EV in the first half of 2025. Now that part, how is this news? Because if you read every single Tesla earnings report, one of the main key highlights, it says is still on track for first half of next year, new models. Like it says it right there. So like these types of news dumps, like when this happened last night, I immediately went, oh, hold on. This is too hypey now, right? Like this was too hypey because it's kind of like that Hertz thing. Like that was too hypey. Like the demand was already there. And so when this happened last night, I was like, it feels like exit liquidity a little bit. And it happened late last night. Anyways, after subsidies in North America, and I see you guys, some of you guys agreeing in the chat with throwing up the emojis. After subsidies in North America, the Model Q is expected to cost less than $30,000, making it Tesla's most successful model yet. The Model Q, which by the way, are you guys a fan of that name? Yes or no? Are you guys a fan of that name, Model Q? I actually think it's great. Someone even said they're going to go, okay, well, the Model 3 is X amount of feet long. The Model Q is, let's say half of that, 3/4 of that. Why? Because it's short. I thought that was just the Elon type of humor right there. The Model Q, internally codenamed, is designed with its compact build measuring about 4,000 millimeters in length. Is about 15% smaller than the Model 3. It also weighs 30% less, has better efficiency, 2 battery configurations, 53 kilowatt hours, 75. You guys think it's funny? A couple of no's in there. The top tier model will boost their remarkable EPA range of 500 kilometers. Customers will have the choice to choose a single or dual motor. And Tesla's ambitions don't stop at affordability. The company aims to expand its footprint in China with more versatile models, including the long wheelbase, a 3-row Model Y, and this, well, I mean, the 3-row Model Y, it existed, right? The strategy is a part of its plan to achieve 20 to 30% sales growth by 2025. With Model Q, Tesla continues to push the boundaries of EV. So, is it just me, or was this like a nothing burger story? You know, like, was this not just a nothing burger story? Like I mean, maybe I have it all wrong. You guys tell me if I have it all wrong. But if you look at Tesla's earnings report, right? Let's pull this up. Like, first of all, I don't trust some random Deutsche Bank report anyways. Let me just try to see. Of course, I'm not going to find it off the cuff right now, but hold on. First half. I can find, oh, no, I'm looking in the wrong section. Hold on one sec. This thing, I'm not going to try to read this now, but in here it says at some point, I don't have it memorized. Maybe if let's just search up first half. Okay. Check this out. Okay, this is from Tesla's earning report, literally like weeks ago. Okay. Preparations remain underway for offering of new vehicles, including more affordable models. Blah. How much is a Model 3? What's more affordable than that? All right, $30K. Slap that number. Which we will begin launching in the first half of 2025. Folks, I don't get it. I don't get it. How? And then if you look at the comments, like, everyone was like, oh, hype. Amazing. Holy crap. Can't believe it. Huge news. And this is not Herbert saying this. He just, rehashing this news story out. How is this it's right here in the earnings report. It's a more affordable model. We're launching the first half. What does that not explain that's so cool about this? That it's called the Model Q? Okay, fine. It's called the Model Q. I mean, I don't know. Someone says check out Sawyer's new post. Let me check out Sawyer's new post. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Sawyer says, as suspected, the Chinese publication. Oh, this literally just came out. Thank you. Who was I want to give you a shout out. Dominic, thank you for telling me to look at this. Sawyer says, as suspected, the Chinese publication misinterpreted the Deutsche Bank report. The Model Q name is just Deutsche Bank's internal moniker, not a Tesla name. All of the info in the bank's report already shared in its Q. Thank you. Thank you. There is some sanity in this world. Digital. Okay, so Becky Peterson says, I got a copy of the report. Here's what it does say. Travis met with Deutsche Bank for its autonomous driving day on December 5th in New York. Hold on. December 5th, driving day in New York. Okay, hold on. December 5th. Let's connect some dots here. If we pull up Tesla stock price, 383.92 sitting on Tesla. December 5th. What's happened? How was volume that day? So December 5th was literally, so last Thursday. Okay, interesting. Nothing really suspicious looking on the volume here. These big money people, they get in touch with people all the time, and the next thing you know, if volume kicks back up and you have no idea why. So Deutsche Bank calls it the Model Q. Deutsche Bank says it will launch in the first half of 2025 and it will cost less than 30K. Come on. That's not even, there's no insight from Deutsche Bank on that. Deutsche Bank says it'll be built on Tesla's existing lines. No crap. Listen, if the car is coming out in the first half of next year, aka in the next 3 to 6 months, it's gonna be on the existing lines that they already have. Sorry, I'm just getting I'm getting worked up for no reason. Yeah, that's true, Beach. Beach says you're assuming Wall Street analysts actually read the reports. Yeah, no, you're right. Okay, so there's some Starship Flight 7 booster static fire tests going on. The Cybertruck hat. What do you guys think about this hat? Not my cup of tea. I'm not a big white hat guy. I get my stuff too dirty. Oh, whoops! I'm showing a subscription post there from our boy Sawyer. So Milan, who's on the Optimus engineering and AI team at Tesla, gave us some insight about this Optimus. So I talked about this Optimus video. If you guys haven't seen it, I highly recommend you guys go watch this Optimus bot walking around, especially the part where it essentially trips and catches itself right here. Unreal. He gives us some more context, right? So he says Tesla is where real world AI is happening. These runs are on mulched ground where I've myself slipped before. What's really crazy here is that for these Optimus, Optimus is actually blind, keeping its balance without video yet. Only other onboard sensors consumed by neural net running in 2 to 3 microseconds on its embedded computer. More exciting work happening on here is adding vision so it can better plan ahead, making the gate look more natural on such rough terrain, making it more responsive to velocity directional commands, learning how to fall to minimize damage when unavoidable and stand back up. That's a huge one. And then, of course, come here to apply for a job at Tesla. They got a lot of job postings at Tesla, folks. I mean, do we have any senior electrical engineers in the chat that want to move to Palo Alto? How much do they pay? They're going to pay between 108 to 240. I mean, quite the range. Quite the range. Thank you, Matt, for joining as a member. You get the little Elon dance. Appreciate that. Sorry, millisecond. Thanks, Matt. Matt, look, I'm really clueless with half of this stuff. So, but you know, it's like you look at FSD and you go, man, FSD 13 is just unreal, right? Like what we're seeing. I mean, have we even talked about FSD at this point? I mean, we definitely can right now. Oops, hold on. Just make sure everything's going up here. FSD 13. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a good point. FSD V13 is now at a point where I saw this conversation yesterday on Twitter, and I just had to share it. So this is wife of Dirty Tesla. Shout out to Dirty Tesla as well. She has, you know, historically, if you guys watch their channel, been quite the staunch critic, and understandably so, with FSD and not feeling fully comfortable with it. But this conversation yesterday between them, I thought was just crazy. So she says, when FSD is unsupervised, what do you think you'll do during the time spent in your car? I get car sick from reading, so I need ideas. I mean, that's hours of the week free time I'll get added back to my life. I'll need a hobby. AI driver says, I'm glad to read stuff like this. It makes me realize I'm not crazy. V13 really does feel like it could be driverless with a few polish updates. And then she says, V13 is truly the beginning of something life-changing. We're getting so close. Hype like this, I take quite seriously. You guys know I'm on V12. I have my list of issues documented with it. A lot of them have to do with comfortability rather than safety, navigating rather than decision-making. There's some issues, of course, with decision-making as well. But if you look at the videos from AI driver right now on FSD V13, drive. Tesla's really, Tesla. Yeah, Twitter's really got to fix their search. Like, it's just horrible. So this video was going viral yesterday. FSD 13 takes the right of way after a high beam flash. So you see here, the Waymo passes by. FSD's waiting behind this FedEx truck. This guy flashes his high beams, and then Tesla takes the right of way. This went kind of viral. I have my doubts. I don't think it's because of the high beam flash that the car actually went, but still crazy to see this type of smooth driving going on. Let's see here. There was a lot of good videos here from AI driver. Shout out to him. Just how smooth it is the general comment that we're hearing. So this is a nice little lane change on the highway. Slow driver trying to make an exit there. This one also 2.3 thousand likes on this video. Just going up a narrow hill row. Car coming ahead, slows down, skirts over, and back over. No jerking, no panicking, nothing like that. What else? Let's see here. There's an object on the road. So this one is, there's something in the middle of the road. I don't even see it. It switches lanes, gets around that little plastic bag, comes back in the middle of the lane. So stuff like this that you're seeing on FSD 13 is just, it's really crazy. I don't think I saw this one yet. Hold on. So bumper to bumper traffic. Car's trying to make a right. Now it's going to try to get over in another lane. Oh, car coming there. Skirted quite fast around. And now, just like human, got into the left turn lane. Yeah, that's a tough left to get around. That is. And then he even says 0 jerk / wiggle for me so far. It's crazy smooth. So this 3-point turn stuff, if you haven't seen this already, I haven't shown this yet. This 3-point turn on dead end streets or whatever is just crazy. So check this out. Car decides, hey, I gotta essentially pull a UE here. Turns. Like the fact that FSD is now reversing, I just think, is that not just crazy? Is that just not crazy to everyone that FSD is now doing 3-point turns? I don't know. Maybe that's just crazy to me. It's just nuts to me, honestly. It is. Yeah, it's just crazy. And it's doing, yeah, another 3-point turn. I don't know. I think we've taken it a little bit for granted how crazy it is that now it's reversing. 384.23 sitting on Tesla. 40 minutes left till close. We could play our Tesla closing price guess game now. Or maybe we'll play that in a few minutes so I don't have to tally up all these millions of comments. Thanks, Great American. Hadouken says, any chance that Hardware 3 owners get a free upgrade to Hardware 4 if they have FSD? I think it's going to happen. I have my hesitations about my Hardware 3 setup, I have to say. You know what it is? Thanks for subscribing, Vanessa. I don't know if all the subscriptions show up, but if you hit subscribe, maybe you'll pop up on the screen if your permissions are set. I have this hesitation with FSD, and that's, I think in my car, FSD with the hardware is not smart enough to recognize flashing signals and flashing lights. I know for a fact it still hasn't figured out. It still does that kind of slowish down. So I actually think it's something to do with the frequency of the cameras. I don't know if that's going to get solved with Hardware 3. I don't think that's a software problem, personally. Because when I watch the Hardware 4 videos, I'm like, wow, this is just different. It recognizes. And another thing is that when people signal around me, it's not smart enough sometimes to pick up that someone's going to be turning left around me and get around them. So what it'll end up doing, I think it overcompensates on FSD 12 where it just turns around everyone that's in your way all the time. And then even when I put in minimum lane changes, it still changes lanes way too much. Way too much. That's awesome, Mimi. That's awesome. Enjoy. We'll play in a bit. So we'll play at 12:30. We'll play our Tesla closing price game at 12:30. What's CNBC? CNBC's not talking about crap right now. Hold on. Let me just pull this up. They got commercials on deck. I feel like there's going to be some piece of news coming pretty soon. You know what's funny is seeing Elon tweet like this again. The Tesla Q went Q. And this is to Holmar's tweet about when a company goes bankrupt, Q's add to the end of their ticker. Tesla Q's thesis with Tesla was a fraud and would go bankrupt. That was back when the market cap was 30 billion. So Elon is egging them on, which makes me actually feel quite bullish. there's some rumors and people trying to spread information saying Elon is going to start selling stock this week and stuff like that. I don't think that's happening. I don't think that's happening personally. Man, this Chrome is just lagging. Hold on, you got to give me a second here. Okay, there we go. Let's see what else we got. So XAI, new image generation. Let's see here. Oh, breaking news, hockey trade. Anyone watch hockey in the chat? Gorgiev's getting traded. Oh, interesting. So it looks like they finally caught this idiot guy who essentially, well, he literally murdered that CEO. They finally caught him, it looks like. What's his name? Luigi Maggione. Anti-capitalist, climate change activist, former Ivy League student. Just, gosh, like these people just piss me off. And the fact that so many people online, I don't want to get on my soapbox about this, but the fact that so many people online were cheering this guy on is just disgusting to me. Like, actually disgusting. It just shows you the truth about a lot of people. Oh, okay, so check this out. Squawk says, Elon probably selling a few shares. Seems very suspect. High sell volume for long periods of minutes. Gary with the slam. Elon couldn't be posting positively about the business and simultaneously selling Tesla. Sometimes you think they're the same person, right? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna toss it to the chat. Hold on. I'm gonna start a poll. I can't believe I'm doing this. Is such a stupid question. Is Elon selling shares in the next 3 months? I just want to know yes or no. Start a poll. Click on your chat. Leave me an answer. Be careful with how people look, Mimi. People can look a lot of different ways. There's a degree of, people like that, and you're talking about this guy, right? They think they're holier than thou. They think they're fighting the good fight. And what they don't realize is that they're just a pawn in the entire system themselves. And they think that they can, stick it to the man and all this stuff. Like that guy is just a family guy who's just speaking at a conference. Yeah, he's the CEO of a big company, but wouldn't anyone here want to be promoted as the CEO of a big company one day if they wanted that career path for themselves? It's just it's just disgusting. Look, this news about Trump saying Canada should be the 51st state's got to stop. This slander has got to stop. Like, since when did we turn into the laughing stock of the continent? This has got to stop. I'm just telling you right now. I'm putting an end to it right now. Okay, hold on. I think I have a soundboard for this. I got to put an end to this right now because otherwise I'm going to start to... Okay? It's got to stop. It's got to stop. Actually, I should probably start using my soundboard a little bit more. Elon thinks the stock's still too high. What makes sense to sell? I'm not sure where he said that or thinks that, but okay. So my prediction that I said, volume drives towards lunch, rests under 400. Sure. I mean, this is quite the generous one even to give me, but power ramps up. We close 417. That is officially not happening. 382.78 said non-Tesla. We still got 35 minutes left here, but the poll says, will Elon sell shares in the next 3 months? 78% of you say no. 78% of you say no. I tend to agree with that. In the next 3 months, I would say no. But if you guys haven't seen it, I have a hot take prediction. I'm just full of the predictions. And what do my predictions mean at this point? But I put up this prediction on the weekend, okay? And let me know if you disagree with this vehemently. In the next 1 or 2 years, Elon is going to attempt to have the largest tax bill in human history. Now, look, I know he's already had the 10 billion or whatever. I'm talking on top of that. Exceeding the one he had a few years ago in effort to show that his Doge initiative is working, and he's literally putting his money where his mouth is. This means him selling shares. I think there'll be a point in time where Elon will say, look, I believe what we've done with Doge is so powerful. I believe what we've done with Doge is so powerful that I'm literally going to put up X billions of my own money by selling shares, paying tax on them, to show you that I'm putting my money where my mouth is and that we've made radical change here. I can 100% see that being a story in the next 1 to 2 years. William says tariffs equal recession. Well, how much of the tariff stuff is actually going to happen, right? Hit that prediction. Beachcrow says Trump will put tariffs on Canadian YouTube content. Now, look, though that would be better for everyone, literally everyone here except me, I will not stand for it. Okay, 382.72 sitting on Tesla. Let's play our Tesla closing price guess game at this point. Throw your Tesla closing price guess in the chat. Remember, you have to be at or under to win the virtual Juju prize. I'm going to pop out my chat here just so I save all the stuff. If you're at or if you're over by even a penny, you cannot win. I'm going to throw in my official guess in the chat as well. So 382.63 sitting on Tesla right now. I'll give you a couple pieces of information. Number one is on the VWAP currently, the volume weighted average price currently for Tesla is $384.30. Okay. 384. Well, that's on the 1 minute. On the 5 minute, volume weighted average price is $388.94. So predict accordingly. I'm going to throw in my chat. I'm going to throw in my guess pretty easily, just so I'm 390.69 is my chat, is my guess. Okay. That is my official, super duper official guess. Chat. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see here. Oops. I don't mean to switch this. Perfect. Okay. And remember, one guess per person, please. Yeah, but that's May 2020. I mean, it's literally been like 5 years. 382.84 sitting on Tesla currently. Hit like if you're here. Hit subscribe if you're new. If you're liking the content, it helps with the channel. Doesn't cost you anything. Let me just close this real quick. Close that. Okay. Let's do some analysis real quick on... I just feel like there's some piece of news that's about to come. It has that feeling. Well, it looks like Yaman is short something else now at this point. Okay, TOL. Dave says, we'll be crazy to see robots walking around. Elon talking about the deficit. See here. AI is just crazy. Let's see what Peter DiCarlo says. The short-term Tesla will be 376. If daily BX holds green, that will be a clear indication to buy the dip. So he likes the BX indicator. The market, is it called the market bias indicator? No, BX Trender by Puppy Therapy. I'm going to pull this up just so I can give you my insight on this on TradingView. Give me a second here, actually. So he really likes that indicator. Let me just log in. Okay, see here. So Roy says, how's it going, by the way? When does window dressing usually start for the end of the year? So I actually think last week was some window dressing. The way that we closed the end of the week on Friday, especially signaled to me, okay, it seems like there's some window dressing happening on a Friday. But between now and the end of the year, I mean, it's kind of it like what you're not going to see, I think, is on the holiday market weeks. Because like, what's the point? What is the point of window dressing during those weeks when there's no liquidity in the market? Okay, I'm just going to add this indicator in. He likes the market BX indicator. So The BX Trender puppy therapy. Okay, let me check this out. I'm always looking to learn, so let me see what he likes. So let's pull this up on the, what did he have it on? He had it on the 1 hour. Okay. If BX holds green, that's a clear indicator to buy. Okay, so on the 1 hour, the BX indicator is currently red. The 1230. Interesting that every single one of these indicators has been green so far. When we were basing on December 3rd, there was a degree of maybe buying the dip. I don't know what you want to call it then, but some reloading. But if you look at it from an absolute value, I mean, it's still a positive BX indicator, which I think is the point that he's trying to make. Interesting. If I do this on the daily, what do I get? The daily BX indicator is buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. Interesting. I need to pull up later what this code is actually made out of, because that'll explain what the indicator actually is rather than just looking at it. Take care, Mimi. Matthew says being a short seller is like being an activist climate crisis person who buys guns and kills people like it's an identity crisis. Well, you know, I think it is very stupid to short any stock straight up. I just think it is. I think it's a skill issue if you short stock straight. I really do. You have unlimited loss potential. The stock could go to infinite, technically. And you can get the same amount of leverage and you can get the same amount of profit, if not actually more profit, by buying puts. By buying puts. If you don't know how to do that, again, it's a skill issue. So if you short stock, in my opinion, and you're just net negative short stock for the sake of getting downside in the next 3 to 6 months, you're an idiot. You should just learn how to use puts to your advantage. You would have to put up half the amount of capital and you'd get double the amount of leverage. So anyone that says that they short stock, I immediately kind of go, this guy's kind of an idiot. Because like, anyways, I don't have to beat this to death, but like the point is you can get the same amount of leverage. Like if you, for example, unrelated, right? But let's say if you wanted to short Tesla, you come into to the options chain, you look to the end of the year and you go, okay, at the end of the year, I can sell Tesla shares at $360 a pop and I only have to pay $8 for this contract. $8 for this contract. Meaning for $800, I get, and what's the delta on this? 26 delta. So I'm short essentially 26 shares of Tesla for $800. If Tesla continues to go down, I'll start to be short more and more shares. So my leverage starts piling in. You have a maximum loss of $800. You don't have to sleep worried at night thinking, oh, well, what if Tesla goes to $1,000 tomorrow? Then I get liquidated. It's just, again, it's just, but here's what doesn't make headlines. Oh, so-and-so buys Tesla puts. No, what makes headlines is, oh, so-and-so person shorts Tesla stock. That's what makes headlines. This is the Michael Burry idiot thing all over again. Michael Burry has been tweeting for the last 4 years. And he stopped tweeting during this bull run, this last year. Short, sell everything. Everything sucks. Robert Kiyosaki, same thing. Everything sucks. You don't invest in anything. Gold's the only place to go. Bitcoin's a scam. Blah blah blah. And meanwhile, people have, if you invest in the S&P 500, I mean, you're just laughing, right? Carson says, can you revisit the long 2027 call again? Explain it real quickly. I think you're talking about the January 2027. So if you wanted to look at Tesla's option chain in 2027, you could go long. I don't know what your specific question was, but you could go long any number of these, or on the put side as well. I'm directionally unbiased, But if you wanted to own if you wanted the right to buy Tesla at $100 a share in 2027, you'd be paying $300, aka 30 grand for that contract to buy 100 shares of Tesla at $100 in 2027. So it's like you own 98 shares of Tesla. It's that deep in the money at the moment, right? So these are like deep in the money calls, synthetic stock, essentially. If you look at the Delta column, it's 91%, 90%. That's what percent of Tesla, like essentially think of this as the amount of shares. You can rapidly approach 100. You're never going to, yeah, I think it's asymptotic, but you're never going to be fully 100, but you're going to round up to 100. One, in this case, meaning you own 100 shares at this point for all intents and purposes. Right? So Ryan says, leaps are such an amazing financial instrument for stock like Tesla when you have high confidence. Yes and no. For the last 2 or 3 years, I've stayed away. This channel, I mean, was really founded on me talking about leaps and the ability to buy long-term out and all this stuff. But when inflation started rearing its ugly head, maybe you guys noticed, but I really stopped talking about buying theta, because in a market where the Fed was against us for as long as they were and inflation was rearing its ugly head, poking itself out, the problem with going long theta, and you still could have made a lot of money, but the problem is you have to manage those positions really carefully. And Tesla really struggled for a little bit there. So if you own leaps with 2 years and a year and a half went by and nothing happened and you were at the money, well, the decay is there still, right? But if you look deep in the money, you don't have that much decay. So as long as, even if the stock stays flat, it won't decay as much, but the stock needs to go up for you to make money if you're buying leaps. Out of the money means, so if Tesla is at 385 right now, out of the money means anything on the call side that is bullish past 385. So if I went to 470, that's out of the money call, right? I'm trying to say I want the right to buy 400. I want the right to buy 100 shares of Tesla at $470 a share, and I'll pay you this much per share today for that right. Essentially. A little bit confusing, but happy to explain some more. I know if this rolls over, it might roll over a lot of your guys' eyes and you guys might just go, who cares? But I'm telling you, it's good to, and people say, oh, options market is a scam and blah, blah. No, you don't get it. This is the reason why the options or the derivatives market exists. A large reason is because insurance. If you own a lot of Tesla and you wanted to buy puts, that's an insurance, right? So even if the stock goes down, you make money on your puts, right? The reason why options exist out the money as well is because of covered calls. Well, if you own Tesla stock and you wanted to essentially make a dividend based on them and you were happy to sell your Tesla stock, that's the big caveat there. You're happy to sell your stock at whatever price you sell them at. Well, it's possible, right? 385.23 sitting on Tesla. We got 20 minutes left here till close. I'm keeping a keen observation on the news and CNBC in case something comes out in the next little bit. Okay, so David says this. That happened to me. I had leaps with maximum expiration date over the period Tesla's been down since flat since 2022. And although I sold them recently in the money, they were worth 50% of what I paid for due to theta decay. That's it. That's exactly it. And of course, your buy will depend, right? Because if you're really deep in the money, maybe it didn't decay as much. If you're really far out the money, maybe it did. All right. All right, you're right. We're getting a little bit of a rally here. All right, 385.93. We've gotten the buy signal on the super trend indicator on the 1 minute. I'm slamming more juju. I hope you are too. I hope you guys are doing well. Grab some juice. Grab a piece of citrus. Whoa, 385 sitting on Tesla. All right, let's gear up for the next 20 minutes. Anything is possible. $400 would be quite the stretch, but you know, we've seen crazier things before. We have. Trust me, on this channel we have. Someone, by the way, oh man, I want to show you guys this. Shout out to Hadouken, if Hadouken's still in the chat right now. So this is our Discord, right? Let's see if I can actually show you. So this is our Discord. Hadouken posted this late last night, okay? This is a stream that I had from 2 years ago when Tesla was trading
when
at
Tesla hits
$249. Hadouken reshared this video of me from 2 years ago at this point. Actually, what day is this? August 7th. I don't know what years this is. Probably last year. Okay, listen to this.
when Tesla hits all-time highs, you heard it here first. Hopefully no one remembers this when by the time Tesla hits all-time highs. I will whip out the recorder and I will play Hawk Crest Buns. Okay? You heard it here first. You have my word. When Tesla hits all-time highs, I'm going to whip out the recorder. I'm going to play Hawk Crest Buns. Until then, I will practice.
Oh my God. I don't know why. Honestly, I don't know why I said that. I don't know if I was feeling cocky or if we were talking about being in a band. I just got overly excited. There's a second video too. I'm such an idiot. I like completely doubled down on this.
I'm telling you, I will play the recorder. All right. Don't worry. I'm going to play this recorder. It will happen. Tesla has to hit all-time highs first. But here's what I'm really betting on, and I'll just be totally upfront and candid with you. I'm betting that no one here will even remember that I said that. That's just the bottom line. If you put me and Farzad in the same room, he's going to play the electric guitar. I'm going to play the recorder and or triangle.
God.
Quite the band we got.
Listen. I don't, shout out to you, Duke. I don't even know how you remembered that. I don't like the fact that you had that. Whoa, folks, we're rallying on that news. 386.53. Listen, I'm going to have to find where that recorder is. I have it. I swear. I think it's not at my parents' house. I think they use it as like a plant stand or something now. Something stupid. And this morning I was sweating. I was like, oh God. I was telling Abby and she's like, well, it's pretty simple. You know, you can just go like this. And I'm like, I know how to play Hawk Crest Buns. It's only going to take me 10 seconds to learn it. 386.40 sitting on Tesla. Folks, we are rallying here. I guess on that news. Thank you, Dominic. I'm going to pull that out. Yeah. What are the chances Farzad's going to want to join me on stream for that electric guitar session? By the way, I appreciate everyone tuning in. Folks, we were rallying 386.50 sitting on Tesla. It looks like we just got some breaking news I'm going to try to pull up here. Let me just try to see. Okay, so some breaking news here from Sawyer. CFRA analyst Garrett Nelson has raised his Tesla price target to $450 from $375 while maintaining a buy rating. Okay, so good stuff here. Good stuff there. All directions still point towards Wall Street on our side. Let's, if we can close past 390 today, if we can close green today, I guess that's a low win now. Yeah, if we can close past 390 today, I'll consider that a win. Thanks for posting it in the chat. Well, I wouldn't consider this like a... Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see, but the super trend indicator on the 5-minute has turned green as well. I think we're headed probably towards the VWAP for the day. I mean, all in all, if you look at today, if you look at it from a weekly, we'll see where this week goes, but we definitely want to close higher than last week. The line in the stand is 390 for this week. On the daily, it's not, we're definitely still a buy signal on the daily on the super trend indicator. It's not the hottest close. Like it could signal some consolidation in and around this area for the next little bit. Definitely possible. We are getting, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we're getting core CPI numbers this week. I think that's happening Wednesday or Thursday. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. So I think the market might just be sitting on their hands up until that point. So we shall see. What is volatility doing, actually? See, look, volatility keeps rising. This is the volatility today. The VIX. Not looking too hot. Don't know necessarily why. But here's what you need to know about volatility. So the VIX, the volatility index, if you don't know, is probably the number. It's called the fear index, right? The higher it is, the more fear there is in the market about something. Geopolitical, usually, economic sometimes. It could be anything, right? And there's a direct correlation between long dated out equities, tech, and the volatility index, VIX. When volatility index spikes, stuff that has a lot of its earnings priced in for the future and rather than today, growth stocks, they take an immediate hit. And so you see this kind of inverse relationship with volatility and tech stocks almost immediately, right? It's all algo based anyways. And so, at $14 or whatever VIX is, it's not amazingly high. It's nothing to super duper worry about. Now we can get into 30 territories we'll be talking, but nothing crazy. In terms of Bitcoin too, by the way, I'm going to say that Bitcoin is a way bigger indicator than people want to give it credit for. What's so the Bitcoin ETF, what is how do I get the live Bitcoin price on Webull? Not Bitcoin. I don't want Bitcoin Cash. Is it just BTC? There it is. It's one of my favorites. Okay, $96,500 on Bitcoin. Now, when Tesla was really rampant, that was when Bitcoin passed 100K. It feels like Bitcoin is going to pass 100K again here in the next little bit. And when it does, I think that's when we get our next leg. Hey, Martin, how's it going? Good, man. Thanks, Digital. So the Fed will pause or lower interest rates, Lenny says. The Fed is going to lower interest rates. That's pretty much priced into the market. 386.75, flirting in this sub 390 zone. Again, if we can close green for the day, I'd be happy at this point. The bar has come down substantially. But yeah, the Fed is going to lower interest rates for sure. By how much? I'm going to have to look into that. Maybe 50. Like here in Canada, we're going to get a 50 basis point decrease coming up soon. Francois still says Tesla owns 10,000 Bitcoins. Oh, another good tweet from Sawyer. All right. Say less. Sawyer says, breaking news. Susquehanna, which owns more than $1 billion in Tesla stock, has released a new opinion piece in the Wall Street Journal. Quote, Elon Musk was underpaid by Tesla. Quote, we believe the board took advantage of Musk's overly optimistic enthusiasm for Tesla's future prospect and gave him less than deserved. Since the deal in 2018, the stock price has appreciated 1,700%, a real long shot. Folks, look at our Tesla stock price, by the way. We are flirting with going green. I don't know if it's because of this, but Musk is at least entitled to his money, and by judges' logic, somewhat more. It's unfair to take advantage of Musk's optimism. Folks, we're about to go green on this news here. We got 10 minutes left here till close. So this is the source. The problem with this is it's probably going to be paywalled. Oh, it is. I'm sorry, folks. Does anyone here, I'm going to sound like such a pleb. I don't want to subscribe to all these different news channels all the time. Like the New York Times, you click on a post, they want you to do this. They want you to subscribe. This Wall Street Journal article, you're not like, well, I'm just curious. What percentage of people here actually subscribe to this stuff? I mean, I get it. Pay people for their work. It's an exclusive. I get it. I just like, my opinion is when I see it, I'm just like, okay, I think I got enough out of the headline. Don't paywall suck. And I get it. Like, I don't want to narc on someone's paywall parade because that's how they make money. But yeah. Yeah. I'm a free market capitalist. I'm not going to be pissed off by that. But okay, folks, I think we're about to go green here any second. 388.15 cent on Tesla. No, look, not the day we expected. Really, not the day we expected. Really not the day that we expected. We essentially roared up to 405 this morning, crashed down to 378. And at this point, we're at 388 sitting on Tesla, down $1.10. Yeah, exactly, Cindy. If it's easy, it's different. I'm not going to make an account, try to put in a password and all this stuff. Yeah, I agree. Let's see here. Where is my long form chat? 1 second here. You know what's funny is like when you don't live stream for a while. Oops. Narcs. Hold on. Where did? Okay, it's right here. Okay, I got it. When you don't live stream for a while, your voice kind of gets all sore. All right, 3. Okay, here we go. I think we're about to go green any second now. Look at this close. Really strong close. Really strong close. All right, 388.58 cent on Tesla. Let's pull up CNBC. Let's see what they're talking about. Oh, they got a gold commercial on. Classic. We're about to go green, it feels like, but let me just listen.
Strategies to help drive client growth.
No, that's nothing going on there. What else did Sawyer post? You guys said there's something else. Tess is like, damn, I missed these live streams. Long-term holder now, 52% up. Thanks for joining. Yeah, it's great to be live. I have to say, it's always a fun time with you guys. It's not exactly how I would have written it up. I was hoping for the all-time high pass today, selfishly. Oh, you know what though? I will show you guys this. Hold on 1 sec. Just for old time's sake. Just for old time's sake. Who remembers these? Hold on, let's see here. Shorts. Okay. Check this out. Okay, 388.33 sitting on Tesla.
History in the making. 999.70.
Oh, whoops.
Market gives Tesla for having pre-orders and reservations. History in the making. 999.70.
Who remembers this?
Tesla's already over $1 trillion market cap at this point. 999.69. Folks, if you're on audio, I suggest that you pull it up. I think we're about to have a historic mark here. 999.75.
Remember this.
81. 30 cents away. It's that little chasm that it has to cross. That's all it is. 50 cents, folks.
Wow, look at the price.
30 cents away. 999.72. Let's go. All right, I feel it. Here it is. There we go. We just hit $1,000 a share. Post split. Boom. There it is. You see it for a second. There we go. It happened. I swear it happened. Oh, there we go. You see it flickering on and off there? Folks, what an epic stream.
And what's crazier than this is folks, we just went green. We just went green on that news. Check out the live Tesla ticker on this. So we're officially, we're pounding through whatever this resistance point was. All right, 389.41. It's like deja vu. A lot of people in the chat remember that stream. I appreciate you guys still hanging out with me all the time. Folks, we're green. Okay, well, we were green. You know what's funny with that stream? That stream was a really long stream. And I'm glad I did it because I thought I was just going to get the $1 trillion market cap. And then I got the 1,000 and then we went to 1,044. It was just, man, what a day. Folks, whoa. All right. Well, we closed. We're going to close green. It definitely feels like at this point. Let's break 390. Okay. This is a really strong close. A couple of things matter for a stock. How it closes, number one, is on my list. How it closed. After market, after hours trading, you guys know I always talk crap about after hours trading. But how it closes is a huge signal. Specifically on a Friday, I weigh that a lot. And then any other day, how it closes gives us a good signal into what the next day might look like. So all of the weakness today at that 378 level got bought up. As it stands right now at 389.55 on Tesla. When we have 4 minutes left here, I don't know. It feels like at this point, if we're gonna make 400, it'll be after hours. We got 3 minutes left here, though. Why couldn't this happen half an hour ago? Yeah, that was quite funny. Thanks, Corey. Appreciate that. Charlie, everyone's doing well. We're still expecting for March, so yeah, I'm excited. You guys can't see this, but everywhere in my studio room or office room is essentially just full of baby stuff. It's like there's like diapers here. There's like all the stuff that I haven't built out, the playpen, like, you know, like the bed, like everything is here. And it's just filled up this entire room at this point. So gonna have to try to figure out what to do. And our friends have been so nice and generous, and we've had so many people come and give us stuff and whatever. So I'm just feeling grateful for that. But I just don't know how to prep for any of this, and it's just gonna take some time. Lucid, really? Lucid is up that much? Hold on, there is no way. Holy crap! Yeah. Oh wow, folks, Lucid is a penny stock. Holy crap! Look how liquid this freaking trading on Lucid is. What an absolute joke. Lucid's up 10%, but wow, what a freaking penny stock Lucid has turned into, hey? Okay, 389, 18 sitting on Tesla, essentially flirting with grade. Sean says we need your registry. Well, I have a registry, but you know, you guys are very nice. I wouldn't want to do that to you guys. You know what we still haven't bought, and the baby stroller game is just disgustingly complicated. What is going on? There's like this brand, there's that brand. You know, don't buy that brand because you're gonna look like a loser. What, like it's this baby, the baby. Thank you, Royce. Oh,
Royce Young donated 9.99 through Super Chat. Congrats again, Yashu.
Thank you very much, Royce. Appreciate that. So yeah, it's just, yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, text to speech happens over $5 super chats. I'm excited. I just don't know what to expect. The stroller is the big thing that we haven't gotten yet. And then the rest of it, I don't know. I'm just gonna have to figure that out. Okay, well, there's the Uppa baby, and then everyone's like, well, that baby's nice, but you really want the Nuna. And then everyone's like, well, forget about the Nuna, you want the Bugaboo. And I'm just sitting there in the store, and I'm like, and even my wife, she's like, you know, we're like, what is going on? Like, what? This is just, and then the car seats, you know, you don't want to buy a used car seat because, you know, you don't do that. I didn't know. Warp says FSD stroller. Okay, 390 sitting. Oh, broke. We just broke 390 sitting live here. We got a boom. All right, official close on Tesla. Give it a second here. It's whoa, pumping after hours. We just pumped up to 392 after hours. 389.79. 389.79. Let's see who won. 389. So Hillary came pretty close at 69. But I think the winner is 389. Hold on. 70. 80. No, I think it is. Thank you, Anoop.
Anoop Okai donated 6.43 through Super Chat. Boy or girl? Or leaving as surprise?
It's not a surprise. No, we're having a baby boy in March. Well, that's the due date. So, I mean, it's the beginning of March, so I guess it can happen whenever. So if you guys see me go offline for a little bit, that's why. Yeah. So, boy. Folks, you guys are awesome. Thank you for the super chat.
Sean donated 10 through Super Chat.
Thank you, Sean. Sean, Royce, and Oop, thank you so much, guys. So the winner, by the way, of this contest, I believe, and now Hillary, now here's the thing with Hillary, you guessed at 1253, and Classy Dan, you guessed at 1223 at 389.50. So between the time differences, I'm going to say you guys both tie. How about that? Just to keep it fair. Hillary, you could be watching this on delay. Wait, Lenny, did you say that? I don't see that. Maybe I missed it. Oh, thank you for becoming a member, Corcan. Thank you, Corcan. At Delay. Appreciate that very much, my friend. Welcome to the Juju Gang. Lenny, I don't see that one. But then again, my skills are not amazing sometimes with going back and finding stuff. We'll call it a tie. Oh, annoyed me, I'm drunk. Okay, good. Folks, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
Donated 10 through Super Chat. Congrats, Yashu.
You guys are awesome. No worries, Lenny. It's all good. So yeah, I think Hillary and Classy Dan, you guys have tied because of time difference. I'll call it that. Judge's order. Hadouken, thank you very much again. Corkin, welcome to the Juju Gang. Sean, You've been a big member of the Jew Gang for a long time. Appreciate the super chat, Anoop, and Royce as well. Man, what a day. Gorgon says that, I talk sense. Thank you. Appreciate that. That's the point. Well, to be fair, don't keep your bar very high. The sense talking usually stops at some point because then I start talking crap. So 389.79 is the official closing price. We're after hours. We're still jumping. So it feels like today will be another after hours $400 break. That's my guess. And to answer your question about live streams are pretty ad hoc at the moment. I don't have a set schedule. It used to be Sunday morning. Now, not so much. I used to do a Friday power hour live stream every single Friday. But due to work constraints, that's not possible so much anymore. But if you hit subscribe and you hit the bell, anytime I schedule one, you should get alerted. And if you're a member now, you should be able to connect your Discord, hopefully. When you connect your Discord, you can join us in our Discord chat. And I always let everyone know in our Discord, it's the best Discord in my opinion. The friendliest of people, the best of Juju in there. And obviously, I give everyone a heads up in there when come in. Whenever how did that happen, Hillary? Maybe I won't ask. Okay, got it. March became September. How did that happen? Yes, I appreciate. Thank you guys. Thanks for all the kind words. Thanks for everyone joining in on the live stream. 391.56, folks. This is it's continuing. I don't know. Like, do we keep the stream going at this point? Like, it doesn't look like this is wanting to stop at any point. Oh, where is that? Oh, someone subscribed. Thanks for subscribing as well. If you have your permission set on, you might pop up as well. Okay, hold on one second. Let's see here. Okay, so we'll see. I mean, 391.25 after hours. It feels like hopefully indices are back on our side tomorrow and we can continue this rise up. $400 was a tough break. Not in the sense where it was tough to break it, but it was hard to hold. It was really hard to hold the 400. So holding 400 above would be a great benchmark for us to sit across and have the 400. How great would it be to have $400 be our new $300, right? Oh, gotcha. Oh, I hope you're feeling better, Hillary. Well, look, I mean, in terms of continuous green days, technically today's a green day. It's not showing up as a green day because we gapped up pre-market. And since we gapped up pre-market, it's not technically green. But if you look at it, we closed higher than we did our last trading day. That's all that matters, right? So this is a green day, green day, green day, green day. Wake me up when September ends. This one as well is the last non-green day, if you want to call it that. So that's December 3rd. December 3rd. So, but really, if you zoom out and you look at the weeks, the bar to set for the week, like I said earlier, is that 390. So wherever kind of we're sitting at right now, this is the level that we want to close this week higher than. We want week over week higher weeks. That's the goal. We can't grow 69% every week, every month. It's just not going to happen. I'm sorry. I mean, that would be great and quite nice. But man, like for example, okay, let's just play stupid for a second, right? Let's just play stupid for a second. Stick with me here, right? You're going to be like, wow, this guy's an idiot. But, if you haven't already, who cares? So if you look at since the election, like I said, we're up. Since the election, we are up 69%. Okay. So from this week to right now, we're up. Okay. Well, this says 60. Let's just go with 60. Okay. We're up 60% since that week. Okay. In the last month and a half, right? If we were to go up another 60% from where we are right now, no one do the math. How epic would that be? Well, actually, forget it. The math's quite easy, to be honest. So 60% from here, I don't even know. Well, this is like the classic bro science, right? 60% from here would be $628 a share on Tesla. Plus $240. So what you're saying is, if we have the epic historical month and a half that we just had again in a row, all over again. We'll be at $630 a share on Tesla. Tyler, how's it going? Yeah, you think there's a chance for a buyback or split coming up soon? Ooh, that's a really good question. Split? No, I don't think so. Buyback? I've been on board with a buyback for a long time. I do think it's in the cards within the next year or two. A lot sooner than a lot of people think. I think. So yeah, so 200, so 600, so in terms of a dip, yeah. So I mean, look, we're gonna have a dip. Tesla doesn't go straight up in a line. It goes straight up, and then you think you're gonna die for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then and then you go, what just happened? You know, Tesla does not like your emotions. Like whatever you could think would be the worst way emotionally for you to live is probably the way that Tesla will operate. It's just the way that it is. I was talking with a family member recently about Tesla, and they're like, yo, yeah, like Tesla's skyrocketing. Like, should I get in? I'm like, look, Tesla will always give you an opportunity to buy, because with big technological disruptions like Tesla, like given a long enough period, the drawdowns are just so massive. But then again, if you miss a run, you really can miss a run. That's the problem. 392 in aftermarket. Yes, 392 aftermarket. It seems like we're gonna flirt with that 400 again at some point. Matt says, Yash, if Elon does raise more money, what does he buy to add to his empire? Well, we know Elon's number one priority was getting enough voting power in Tesla, right? He wanted the 25% control. So does he buy back stock? I don't know. Like, you know, is there a way that you do preferable shares? I don't know. But I saw that SpaceX was raising money and insiders were selling. Could Elon have sold a little bit for liquidity there? I don't know. XCI needs a lot of money. It's capital intensive. Yeah, but I mean, look, Tesla has all the capital it needs. Yeah. Tesla has all the capital it needs. Anyone that disagrees, I think is not realizing the amount of cash flow that Tesla will have very soon. Yeah, I mean, even mega factories like Megapack factories, good one. You know, Tesla has enough capital for that, don't they? So, okay, much love. Yash is signing off. I'll catch you in the next one. If you haven't already, hit subscribe on your way out. Thank you for all the super chat subscriptions. Much love to all you guys. I don't know when the next live stream will be. I'll be quite honest. But every time I come on, and hopefully I gave you an hour and 40 minutes of good entertainment today. Hadouken saying, check the Discord. Oh no, what's this?
Look, if some of your guys' guesses here with the upper 300s,
oh no,
within a month comes true.
Oh no. Okay, hold on. Before I go, I gotta share this. Hadouken, how do you find this stuff? I gotta really watch it now. I really gotta watch it.
If some of your guys' guesses here with the upper 300s, 400s within a month comes true, look, we gotta do some sort of a celebration. I don't know if it's a 24-hour live stream. Maybe Yashu has to shave his head. I'm gonna have to do something to celebrate.
I gotta stop with this. What's this other one?
A mohawk for all-time high. Okay, this one I'm gonna approve.
Wow. Okay, hold on. Let's hold on. Let's be reasonable. By the way, thanks for sharing that on Discord. So let's just be fair. That one was if it's by 8.8, right? All-time high by 8.8. That didn't happen. I'm sorry, that didn't happen. The Mohawk thing, you know, like the Mohawk was also for 8.8. I'm not gonna say that's something I was gonna do. But to be fair, I don't think I would look that bad with the Mohawk. Actually, I had a pseudo faux hawk Mohawk a couple months ago at this point. Obviously you guys didn't see it, but that one's a little bit more easier for me to do. 24-hour live stream, 100% possible, but man, dude, I really gotta watch it, because sometimes I say this stuff because I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm just being a little bit brazen about it. But man, good to know that that you're clipping these somehow. Oh my God. How do you even remember this stuff? All right, much love. The 8.8 didn't happen. Just let that be known on the record. That didn't actually happen. Mohawk at $500 by end of the year. Let me sleep on that. Let me sleep on that. Okay, much love. You actually sign off. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace out. Love you guys all.